What is going on? Back again with another review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at these standings once again, because a lot has changed with these standings. We got new division leaders and a lot more teams challenging for the postseason. So let's take a look at it. We're going to start first with this American League, and it's pretty crazy, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, the Blue Jays, Tigers, and Astros are still leading the way right now, but this could change. We're becoming very close to having one of these teams change, and it's definitely possible. Obviously, these three teams are still playing pretty well baseball as it stands right now. Toronto's currently 6-4 in their last 10. The Tigers are 5-5 in their last 10. And the Astros are 6-4 in their last 10. Blue Jays and Tigers at 70 wins as it stands right now. Astros are at 68. So we're definitely getting higher and higher with these wins totals when we have about 40 games left in the season. So I think Toronto and the Tigers will stay in their respective divisions. I think they do end up winning those. It is very close though, with the Red Sox being 4 out. But Seattle's making some noise. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but they're only 1 game out of challenging Houston for that spot. And the Guardians are about, what, 8 games out for the Tigers. So I think that should be locked pretty soon, but the West could get interesting. Now take a look at this American League wildcard situation. Pretty much the same teams, right? Seattle actually goes in tops the AL wildcard as it stands right now with 67 wins. The Red Sox are in second and the Yankees are in third in the wild card. I know Seattle's been going kind of crazy. They had like a crazy win streak. They were 10-1 since the trade deadline, which is pretty crazy. Now they're 8-2 in their last 10, so they've obviously lost a couple games. Yeah, really solid trade deadline from Seattle, bringing them a lot of dubs. And Boston has played pretty well, honestly. They just went on a pretty good win streak, and now they come back down to life a little bit. They're 5-5 in their last 10. Currently at the 66 win mark, so pretty solid from them. And they're honestly playing pretty good. The Yankees are getting very close to getting knocked out, and this is probably going to play to the end of the season. 64 wins right now. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They do play the Cardinals this week, so it shouldn't be too bad for those guys, to be all the way honest, but we'll wait and see. Now, I'm taking a look at the teams outside the postseason. You might be surprised to see Cleveland up here. They went on a crazy winning streak since the deadline. They're currently 7-3 in their last 10, but they won I think 8 or 7 games in a row or something like that. They were going crazy. So yeah, they're back up here, went on a really good win streak, and that's how you make noise in this wild card. If you just go on a crazy win streak and other teams lose, you can move a lot of spaces. So that's kind of how it works out here. The Rangers have fallen off significantly. They haven't really been playing good. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They're losing a lot of key series. I mean, I watched the walk-off when Ketel Marte was 4 for 5. I mean, that guy's gross. That was really a one they should have won. And all the other games, I think they had a close shot at winning. So not the best from the Rangers. Honestly, I'm kind of disappointed in them. I thought they would, have a shot to be back, but once again, you just go on these losing streaks. You lose these series and you can't move up in the positions. So yeah, I'm gonna still keep their name in. They're 500 right now, so it's definitely getting close. They got to start turning around, but they got a tough series versus Toronto, so I don't think it's gonna happen. But Cleveland has put themselves right where the Rangers were, 1 game out as it stands. So we'll see if they can slowly reel that back and slowly capitalize on their opportunity and maybe take the spot away from the Yankees. We'll kind of wait to see how that goes. And the rest of these teams from the Rangers down, who cares? I mean, we'll see them next season. I'm not watching any of their games, to be honest. So we'll see how they do next season. For a lot of these teams, it's the best time to call up prospects and see how they do. That's what the Twins have been doing. The Twins have been calling up a lot of their guys from AAA since they got rid of the whole team. And there's been some pretty good players they actually brought up. So definitely shout out to the Twins for that one. Yeah, we'll see these teams in the offseason once again. Now moving over into the National League, we have some new division leaders obviously over here. The Brewers have been going crazy. They're on a 12-game winning streak, so absolutely insane from the Brew Crew. I mean, this team is clearly the best team in the league right now. Just so undeniable. They've been getting a lot of attention for it, so I'm glad to see the Brewers are finally winning, and they finally have a lot of attention on them because they've been a good team for quite some time, and I feel like they just never get talked about. The main problem with them is we'll see what happens in the postseason because that's usually when the struggles come. We saw it last year choking to the Mets, and then we've seen it from a lot of their playoff series versus the Brewers. So we'll see if they can fix that. But yeah, just a phenomenal team. The Phillies and Padres are also a pretty similar record at 69-51, 69-52. But have both been playing really good. The Phillies are 7-3 in their last 10, and the Padres are 8-2 in their last 10 currently on a 5-game winning streak. And they play a key series versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. So that is definitely going to be probably the series of the week, in my opinion, or the weekend, because it's going to be Players Weekend. So very excited to see how that one's going to go. I'll try to watch or pay attention to as much of it as can, because that's going to be a big swing in this National League. So those are your 3 division leaders as it stands right now. I think the Central is definitely locked at this point. The Brewers are by far the best team in the league. The East and the West are still up for grabs 100%. Now moving over on to the NL wild card, we definitely have the Cubs up here once again. I think they're going to be guaranteed locked in this 4th seed. To be honest, I think they're just guaranteed to get in because they're just way ahead of everyone else. So definitely think they're locked in that seed. We'll see what the Dodgers do. But the Cubs are 4-6 in their last 10. Haven't been playing the best baseball, but they've been playing competitive ball. I will say that. The Dodgers have been struggling a lot. This is a known fact. They lost all the games of the Angels somehow. I don't even know how that's possible. And they're currently 4-6 in their last 10 on a 4-game losing streak. Once again, the key series versus the Padres is going to be critical for them. They haven't been they've won the division every single season, so definitely interesting to see if they do not win it. That'd be a really big shock considering they spent the most amount of money this season. In baseball, you really can't buy a World Series. I mean, you see how good the Brewers are playing right now, and they have spent the least amount in the league. I think they're in the bottom 5 of like team spending, or maybe bottom 10, but they haven't been spending anything compared to the Dodgers and Mets. Speaking about the Mets, we're going to talk about them because they've been choking. They're 2-8 in their last 10. Haven't been playing good ball at all, and they find themselves really far out compared to the other two teams and the division race. So hopefully they could turn around because something's going to change very quickly. So those are your teams in the NL wildcard right now, the Cubs, Dodgers, and Mets. Let's take a look at the teams outside the wildcard, because the reason the Mets got to be playing good is because the Cincinnati Reds are only a game out as it stands right now. They've also come back a decent amount in the last week. They're currently 6-4 in their last 10 on a 2-game winning streak, but they do play Milwaukee this week, so it's going to be kind of a struggle for them as well. We'll see what they can do, though. I think if they can snag 1 or 2 games from that series, that'd definitely be good for them, because that's going to be a tough one. And then I would still say from the Reds, everyone else is basically out at this point. I don't think the Cardinals will do anything. Currently at 500, I don't think they do anything. Everyone else, I think, is out. So once again, perfect time to call up prospects for these teams, but we'll see these guys in the offseason. Yeah, that's how it stands right now. Currently, we got about 8 teams in the AL, and I think it's a defined 7 teams in the National League with some of these teams coming back. The Reds playing really good. The Phillies playing really good. Padres playing really good. The Brewers playing amazingly right now. And then you have teams like Seattle playing amazingly and the Guardians playing amazingly. So those are some of the best teams currently right now. Just taking a look at their last 10 and just their winning streaks and all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think is going to happen, because a month ago, all these division leaders were changed, I think, except for the Brewers. So definitely pretty interesting to see that now. But what are you guys' thoughts about these standings? Because it's going to come down to the wire, and there's a lot of good series to watch, especially this weekend. So that's definitely going to be exciting. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are down in the comment section down below, because there's a lot of thoughts about a lot of these teams and which way they're going and how they're playing. So let me know how your favorite team's doing in the comment section down below. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everyone.